Hey guys, I'm just I just got back from this trip. It was really fun, and I met a lot of new people, and I made a lot of new friends, and mostly it was a mission trip for my church. You know how it goes. Um, it was pretty life changing for me. I met these people. We went to the Salvation Army. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of that. If you haven't, just look it up. It's pretty straightforward. And basically, I went in there and I got to talk to people who lost all their houses in the tornado. We went to Joplin, Missouri. I don't know if you've heard about that 5 category tornado. The biggest category is 5, by the way, just FYI. And I talked to this guy, and he told me his whole story, and it was pretty depressing. And he started. There was a tear, and I talked to him, and I introduced myself. Like, hi, my name's Logan. I'm from Texas. And he was like, Texas? That's a long, far away. I was like, yes, it is. And I was like, can I talk to you about what happened here 2 years ago? And he said, sure. And I asked him, did you lose your house? He said, yep. And I was like, did you lose any family or friends? He said, yep. And I was like, what else did you lose? And he said, everything. And I was like, everything? He was like, except for my bird. And I was like, bird. And I was like, at first I was like, this guy is insane. I'm gonna regret this. And then I talked to him a little longer. He said he lost everything except for his pet bird, which his name is Rocky, and it was pretty, like, I thought it was pretty cool after I was done talking to him. But the reason I'm telling you about this guy was because when I started talking to him, he said there was one wall in his house that only survived, and it was his friend's room, and his bird stayed in his friend's room because he had to go to sleep early, and his friend didn't have a job, so he didn't really sleep, party all night, and he kept it in there, and then he talked to his friend died from the tornado. He was in the room, but luckily he was at the store getting groceries and stuff, and he lost his car and his job and everything. He had nothing. I asked him, where do you live? And he says, I live in a tent. And I was like, how long have you lived in a tent? And he said, for 2 years. And then I was like, 2 years? He's like, yeah, ever since that tornado took my house. And I was like, dang. And back to my story, the tornado threw everything out except for his wall and his bird, and the bird's cage was tipped over and the bird was hurt, but it's still alive. And I talked to him about it more, and I told him, like, I'm really sorry about this, and he said, yeah, and I was like, why don't you have a job? And he's like, because volunteers like you take them all, and I felt like, whoa, this guy's gonna be mean to me, but he's like, but thank you so much for helping, because I'd rather you be here taking this job because I have a broken back. And I was like, how'd you get a broken back? And he's like, it's been broken ever since the tornado, and I got out of the Navy. And I was like, whoa, that's hardcore. And the only thing that survived in his house was this wall and his bird. And the weird part was the wall had a cross on it, and nothing else was there, just the cross and the wall, and then the bird's cage tipped over. And I was like, whoa, coincidence? I think not. And then I talked to him, why don't you go to the church? The church serves breakfast and lunch every day. And he was like, because I'm atheist and they kick you out if you do that. And I was like, whoa, dang. And I told him, I understand if you don't believe or anything, but like, God can help you through so much and make your life so much easier. And he's like, yeah, I did believe him until that tornado took out my house. And I was like, sometimes he tests you and you need to just take it. And he said, no, thank you. And I was like, okay, I understand. Thank you for listening. And he said, thank you for explaining. And I was like, wow. And this guy was in the Navy for like 18 years, he said. And his name was Mike, and he liked to be called the Wolf, so I call him Mike the Wolf. And Mike the Wolf. That was a pretty life-changing experience for me, and it was really cool for me. I also talked to other people, but most people would just either break out in tears or look at me like I was crazy. So I only got to have like a real conversation with 2 or 3 people, and most of them were really nice people, and I feel really bad about them losing all their stuff and them being that nice of people. And I really don't know how else to explain it, but we went there Sunday, and I just got back today, and we went there, and I got a huge sunburn on my neck, and it hurt really bad, but Monday we planted a whole lot of trees because, all the trees got sucked up and everything in the tornado, and there was 2 trees, and they call them the spirit trees, and they were painted and stuff, and they had no, like, leaves or anything. It just looked really cool, I thought. because they were painted, no leaves, just like branches sticking out everywhere, and they were painted. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And like they planted 10,000 trees or something in a park, in different parks, not one park. That'd be kind of crazy. And I also we watered like 80 of them in one day, and like there's this girl that does it like not daily but like weekly, and I asked her how long it takes for her to do it alone, and she said like 2 days, and I was like, whoa, 2 days, and you actually do this? And she's like, yeah. And you're like, do you get paid? And she says, not a lot. And I was like, then why do you do it? Just because it's the good for joplin. And it just got really bright. And but as I was saying, like Tuesday, I don't remember what we did. Darn. We went to this place called the Rafa House, and we went to the south. No, not the Rafa House, and we like sweeped up this stuff that fell from the ceiling. And the Rafa House is where like they keep like kids that get hurt or beat and they run away, so they adopt them into the Rafa House. And they were doing remodeling, and the whole ceiling just caved in, and there was like all this stuff on the ground, so we had to sweep it up. And like there's just black stuff, smoke everywhere, not smoke, but like rubble and stuff. And like by the end of the time we were done, there was like black boogers in my nose because of all the black ash and stuff coming up. And it was really hard work. I was sweating hard. It was like 100 degrees outside, and you can imagine how it was in there. There was no air conditioning, and there was like 20. There was only 11 of us there, but we were split up in 2 groups, so there was 22 of us total, but we were split up into groups. Two groups. One had 11, the other one had 12, and that's 23. Maybe I was counting an adult. But the point is, we did like a lot of work for just a whole lot of 8th graders, and well, basically 9th graders now. And it was just a really good experience. And then Wednesday, I went to the Salvation Army place, and this place called Art Feast, and we made capes for little kids in Moore, Oklahoma, where they had another tornado hit through, and it was level 5 too. And we made capes for them so they feel like superheroes, and I felt like a really cool guy for doing that. Lots of hot glue and lots of burns. I have like a blister on my finger that hurts really bad. But what else did we do? We also went. Well, that's about it. That's all we did that day. Yeah, that's all we did that day. And then yesterday, we went to the Rafa House again in the basement. That wasn't as bad. And we swept up the basement, and then we went to the Salvation Army place again. And we went to this farm, and I got to carry mulch half a mile and plant it, and then like spread it out everywhere. Not really half a mile. I'm exaggerating. And sweated a lot there. And then we just organized a whole lot of stuff for the thrift shop. And then we went home, and that's pretty much it. And it was just a really cool experience for me. And hopefully you guys like to listen to that, and probably not a lot of people listen to me because I'm a loser. And I'm going on another camp this Sunday with a whole lot of my friends. I'm really close with my church group, and it's gonna be really fun. I really like doing it with my friends, and I'll tell you about that when I get back too. And tomorrow's my brother's birthday, so that should be fun. And I'll put, I also have to tell you, I have a Facebook page with me and a couple of my friends, and we're doing it for self-harm, people that hurt themselves or been cut, or they suicidal thoughts. We go through that with them, and we help them get through it. And I'll put the link down there, and if you would like it, I would be your new best friend, and I would love you forever. And also, I'll put my Facebook down there, so you can keep up with all the feed and stuff for YouTube and everything. And I love you if you subscribe, and I still love you if you don't. And I love you just way more if you subscribe, just by the way. And basically, that's pretty much it. I'll put the link for both of the pages below, and just like it, and that's all you have to do. Just like 10 seconds of your time, and I will love you forever. That's about it, I guess, right? Yeah. Bye.